Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, May 19th, 2026 Poquoson School Board meeting agenda. First up is, that's kind of bad, the pledge to the flag, moment of silence, and inspirational remarks. Ms. Studd.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please pause for a moment of silence. You may be seated. Today, our quote comes from Helen Keller. Keep your face to the sunshine so you cannot see any shadows. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Graham, are there any additions and or modifications to the agenda?
Yes, Chair Burbidge. We have an addition to the consent agenda for personnel action.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving along, recognitions. Ms. Purdy? Is that me?
Chair Burbidge, members of the board, Mr. Tillett, and colleagues and community members, thank you for joining us this evening. First, we would like to recognize our Senior of the Month. The May Senior of the Month is a kind, hardworking, and exceptional young man whose character and commitment stand out among his peers. Academically, he does well, continuously challenging himself through honors, advanced placement, and dual enrollment courses. He is a natural leader and an active member of his school and community. He served as the student body representative to the Poquoson School Board last year, representing all students across the division and presenting monthly reports on school activities and student perspectives. Additionally, as a student advisor for the Jamestown-Yorktown Foundation, he helps shape exhibits and civics-based projects that reach a wide audience. Within Poquoson High School, he's a member of the National Honor Society, Rho Kappa Honor Society, Model UN, Journalism Club, and Creative Writing Club, where he organizes community service initiatives and fosters student engagement. Musically, he's an accomplished classical pianist, training for 6 years with a Juilliard-educated instructor. He plays for church services, youth orchestras, and the school show band. His talent and dedication have earned him a superior rating at the Eastern District Piano Competition and the title of District Champion in the Lions Club Band Music Competition, which is quite an accomplishment. He also earned recognition as Best Citizen at Boys State in 2025 and was a National College Board First Generation Award recipient. Yet this young man will undoubtedly reach great heights after high school, and we wish him the best of luck at the College of William & Mary. Please help me in congratulating A.J. Lumagi as your May Senior of the Month. And if other members of the board who served with A.J. last year would like to come forward for a group picture, we would love to have that. As it is the end of the school year, we say goodbye to our current student representative, Miss Sophia Studd. Sophia has been a wonderful student representative and has shown great poise as she shared moments of reflection, led us to the pledge, and shared school reports at each meeting. We wish you the best of luck, Sophia, and can't wait to see what incredible things you do next year. Can you please join me up front? She has such an infectious smile. Thank you so much for serving us this year. Tonight, we also recognize Dr. Melissa Bartlett for her dedicated service to the Poquoson City Public School Board and as the division's representative on the New Horizons Regional Education Center Board of Trustees. Throughout her service, Dr. Bartlett has been a strong advocate for students, staff, and educational opportunities that prepare learners for future success. Her leadership and commitment to expanding access to innovative, career-focused, and technical education opportunities have helped strengthen connections between our schools and regional programs. We thank Dr. Bartlett for her service, dedication, and lasting contributions to our school community and wish her all the best of luck in the future. And we do have a small gift for her that we will get to her later because she's not able to join us this evening. If we could give a round of applause. That concludes our recognitions for the evening.
Thank you, Ms. Purdy. Long presentations and reports. Ms. Ide for the instructional update.
Okay. Good evening, Chair Burbidge, school board members, Superintendent Tillett, staff, and community members. Tonight, I will be recapping the Learning Under the Lights event and showcasing the K-2 STEAM class at Poquoson Primary. Thank you to the school board and our community for your continued support of Learning Under the Lights. Your partnership, encouragement, and involvement help make this event a tremendous success for our students and families. Events like this one are only possible because of the strong collaboration between our schools and community, and we are grateful for the many individuals who contributed their time, energy, support, even resources, in such a meaningful experience for our learners. We would also like to extend our appreciation to Miss Kristen Jones and her mother, Karen Lindsay, for volunteering their time at the raffle table, also managed by the No-See-Ums and the Mosquitoes as well, which was a tremendous hit with our students and families throughout the evening. Additionally, thank you, Dr. Burbidge, for representing HRSD and engaging our students in that game at your table. That added a lot of fun and excitement to the event. But also thank you to our school board members who just came and enjoyed the event with your families as well, because that shows our community what's really important as well. In participating alongside our students and our community. Your support, your presence helped make the event even more meaningful and demonstrating that relationship between our schools, families, and communities. So we had close to 400 people attend the division-wide STEM event. Not too bad for our first time ever doing something like this. This number does not include the many staff members and student volunteers that made this event possible. Local organizations and businesses partnered with PCPS to engage students in hands-on learning experiences and interactive activities. Our community partners included HRSD, the Children's Museum, the Department of Wildlife Resources, Denby Aviation Academy, Garland Company, that's our current roofer at the high school, the HRBT Expansion Project, Kiwanis, Mad Science, Newport News Waterworks, NASA, Poquoson Fire Department, Poquoson Parks and Rec, Poquoson Public Library, Tidewater AFCEA, Triple Helix Robotics Team, the Virginia Living Museum, Camp Invention, and the PCPS Bullying Prevention Team. Several local businesses and organizations generously donated items and resources to support Learning Under the Lights and help create this memorable experience. Our contributors included Poquoson Gifts, Anna's Pizza, the PTOs from the primary, middle, and high, Chick-fil-A Yorktown, Beans Ice Cream, and Sinful Treats. Their generosity and partnership helped make this event a tremendous success. Many of the activities featured at Learning Under the Lights were made possible through the grants from the Poquoson Education Foundation, including the coding bracelets, as you can see here, the coding bracelets and the LED name tags. Students created bracelets using their initials represented through computer coding patterns, introducing them to the basics of binary code and computational thinking. And the LED name tags, students explored electrical circuits by designing personalized name tags illuminated with LED lights, applying hands-on engineering and problem solving. Kiwanis generously donated Learning Under the Lights by providing funding for all of the backpacks and the wristbands that everyone got at the gates. In addition to their financial support, the Kiwanis members also volunteered their time by setting up a tent, cooking the hot dogs for our future scientists and their families, and helping to create that welcoming atmosphere for all. We would like to extend a very big thank you to the athletic department, especially Ms. Yarborough, for making Learning Under the Lights a priority for student athletes. I don't have the list of all of student athletes, but it was every spring team was there. And I can tell you, as the adults who were coordinating that, we were so very thankful for their presence as they assisted with the heavy lifts, the setting up of tables and chairs, facilitating activities, helping with the cleanup afterwards when from the ground at dusk those bugs emerged. Their leadership and service contributed greatly to the success of the evening. This event was also supported by students from several organizations, including the National Honor Society, Chick-fil-A Leadership Club, STEM Club, Key Club, Excel Club, and the Builders Club. To put it plainly, it would not have been a success without those student organization groups at our event. We also want to thank our committee. Thank you to Ms. Robin Clark, Ms. Victoria Parker, Ms. Desiree Barchi, Ms. Rebecca Clancy, Ms. Jennifer Kelly, Ms. Catherine Schmidt, Ms. Amanda Volman, Ms. Robin Faulkner, Ms. Jennifer Capper, Ms. Paige Yarborough, Ms. Kim Montalvo, Ms. Kelly Purdy. They all served on this committee and helped to make this a success, navigating community members, getting donations, student volunteers, you name it, they did it. We have already sat as a committee and discussed how we can improve on this for next year, so expect to see us in 26-27. So moving on to the most anticipated part of the evening, and that is the K2 STEAM Classroom update. And just as a reminder, this K2 STEAM Classroom is a new learning opportunity for our youngest learners, and students participate in STEAM instruction as part of their weekly Encore offerings. Through these experiences, students engage in hands-on learning that encourages creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and teamwork. This year, they also focused on developing skills such as communication and problem solving. Many activities required students to work together in groups, share ideas, and overcome challenges as a team. Throughout the learning process, students were encouraged to view successes and failures as valuable learning opportunities. By celebrating perseverance, creativity, and growth, they developed resilience and stronger understanding that learning often comes through trial, reflection, and improvement. Throughout the year, students have had to plan, build, and test their designs. Pictured here is kindergarten building shelters to protect their snake from the sun. The snake was made of UV-activated beads. Pictured is also second grade building a home that would protect from snow and wind. Tested using a blow dryer to apply force to student structures and paper shreds as snow. And throughout the year, students built catapults, parachutes, bridges, mazes, and more. Pictured here, kindergarten, first, and second grade explored indie robots during the Hour of Code Week. These robots are coded by colored tiles. First and second graders utilized B-Bots this year. Kindergarten also explored the Code and Go mouse robot. And classes practiced unplugged coding without any devices at all, as well as web-based coding on code.org. And the LEGO Science Kits have provided structured activities that connect to our science standards. The students have to work in groups of 4 to follow task directions and build solutions to solve a problem. Kindergarten students had to first follow the LEGO build directions to create 3 animals and a picnic. They were then tasked with using the Legos to build something that provides shade for their animals. Each K2 class participated in a bridge design challenge during their STEAM Encore class to create projects for display at the Learning Under the Lights. Working in small groups, students brainstormed multiple ideas, collaborated and problem solved, and ultimately selected one final design to build together. Students were challenged to design a bridge that measured 30 centimeters in length, was the width of a popsicle stick, could include one center support, and was able to hold weight represented by toy cars. Bridges were tested both with and without the center support, allowing students to evaluate the strength and effectiveness of their designs while applying engineering and critical thinking along the way. PPS also wants to thank their PTO as they funded the Sky Dome Planetarium to support all students at PPS as well. And of course, we have to thank PEF again as they supported the STEAM classroom throughout the year, including STEAM-themed read-alouds, mats that can accompany the indie robots. The mats provided better organization and planning for kindergarten students and made it possible to introduce the robots to the iPop students as well. They provided 3 classroom kits of cardboard material, 3 ducks classroom kits, I think is what you called them. They include various sized cardboard pieces and plastic connectors to allow students to design and build. All right, saving the best for last. I want to introduce the teacher, Miss Amanda Volman of the K2 STEAM classroom, and she has really been the driving force of this as she planned out each and every unit that the students engaged in this year. I want to introduce Miss Charlotte Hoops, Ophelia Curran, and Emmett Sharver as well, and I will turn it over to them to explain what they are going to show you tonight.
All right, so as I explained, we were very lucky to get some Lego kits. We have some additional ones coming in the fall as well. These second graders were tasked with creating a forced motion activity where they had to push or pull a rhinoceros. What was the rhinoceros trying to go towards? Do you guys remember? The mud. Oh, absolutely. And what do we want the rhinoceros to go to? What did the to the what?
Shower.
To the shower to get a what?
Bath.
To get a bath, because the rhinoceros loves the mud, but we know that is important for the rhinoceros because it provided what? Do you remember? What's it do for its skin? And what about the thing in the sky? Keep it from what? Burning, absolutely. So each group was tasked with creating their own design to push or pull the rhinoceros. So these 3 are going to represent their groups and show us kind of what they designed and how it works. You guys ready? Okay, so each rhinoceros is built upon a motor. Okay, who would like to go first? Do you assign Emmett? You want to try? No. All right, Ophelia, you're closest, so you're stuck with me. All right. I'm going to move our other 2 examples out of the way. Okay. And we're going to point our rhinoceros towards the mud because that's where he would rather be. Okay, do you want to turn it on? Now, our motors sometimes cooperate, sometimes don't. So, do we give up? No. So, we just keep trying. You ready to try it? So, we're going to push it towards the mud. He did his back and forth. It's okay. Try again. One good push. Do you want assistance? There you go. All right, and what did you do, Ophelia?
We turned it around.
Turned it around so it would go to the bath. It's pretty successful, don't you think? Okay, what made you decide that design?
Because in STEAM I did it last time, and my group really liked that, so I wanted to make it again, but with a different design.
I love it. Good job. All right, Charlotte, you want to try yours next? All right. Turn it on. Okay, do you want to place your design for us? And she had to correct me this morning that I had it backwards. Okay. Go ahead. Do you want to start the motor? Go ahead. Just a little bit for you. Okay, push the button one more time. Okay, start the motor. Oh, see, it loves that back and forth. There it goes. Yep. All right, what force did you use?
We usually use this so it can kind of like
if it tries to go through, it would kind of stop it a little.
Good job. And what did you use this for?
If it kind of goes back a little, it'll stop it.
Perfect. I love it. Did your group think of that right away, or did it take some practice?
Take some practice.
All right, Emmett. You got it. Replace that for me. Yep. Good job. Emmett, can you tell them before you start what you were trying to do with your design?
I was trying to do, which is make it go the other way by making it go that way and turn it around like that.
You added weight to the side?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Go for it. You got it. This table's just a little less wide than ours. Perfect.
All right. Before they sit down, and since everybody's up, I'd love a photo of them holding,
Absolutely.
and maybe the board members can just go back to their seat, and we can get you from behind the dais.
All right, you guys want to come pick your rhinoceros?
I do.
Make sure the parents have all
Yep.
their photos too.
All good?
Okay, awesome.
Not to put our students or Ms. Bowman on the
Hey, great
spot,
job,
does
guys.
the board have anything for our presenters before they?
I have a question. Did you guys have fun building these different robots?
Yes.
How long did it take you to get it? How many different iterations or versions did you?
Before I did it, it took me, they wanted to do ideas and I don't know what, though, it was really crazy all the ideas
Cool.
that they wanted to do. So, after they were done talking, I said, let's put one line and combine it with one other long piece up and put another piece right there so it turns it around. Because it will turn it around because all the weight's on one side, so it turns it the other way.
Cool.
Excellent.
Ms. Ashford, did you have a question?
I was just going to tell them they did a great job. It's hard to come up and talk in front of
Yeah.
them. They did amazing.
Mine was there was like a little line right there so it could stop it from going there. And the line behind it is where if it goes forward too close, you could pull that little string, then it'll go backwards to the bath. I was doing an original plan from my group, but then I was like, maybe I could do a different idea, and it took me a couple of tries to actually get it to turn around.
Excellent.
Great job. Well done.
Good job. Thank you guys for presenting your work. And thank you, parents, for encouraging them to.
Yes. Just one thing to end that, since, we've been in the budget season, we've talked a lot and had questions about federal grants. I want to highlight that our Title IV grant actually purchase the Lego kits for this STEAM classroom. So that's how we use some of our federal money, a new initiative that wasn't covered in part of our local budget. When we decided to do the STEAM classroom, our Title IV grant came along, and Lego kits was one of the items that we were able to get to make this so successful, which is what you saw demonstrated here tonight. Do you guys have any questions for me? All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Good luck following that.
Yeah. Next up, Mr. Roberts for the operational update.
I already warned them it was going to be
Yeah,
rough.
that was way better than presentation than what maybe this may be, but great job of those students and staff. That's awesome. All right, for the operations update. First, good evening, members of the school board, Superintendent Mr. Tillett, staff, and community members. I want to start with transportation. We do have a couple of new staff members joining us last week and this week, which is a pretty timely thing because at the end of the year we have some staff members that have to take some leave. So hopefully it won't be too many disruptions to our bus schedules. Also talked to the chief of police about our bus patrol system on how that's been going. The information he gave me was it's not like a daily steady flow, which is a good sign because we want safety, right? But there are weekly violations that are occurring that they are issuing. So, but no complaints. He said the program seems to be taking off well, and that was a good report to hear. I know that the live feed from the new bus cameras that Bus Patrol has offered at no cost to us has been extremely beneficial, being able to live feed in certain situations that we've had, and also reviewing footage for discipline and safety matters. So, so far, so good. All right, HR update. We're still continuing our campaign to get any vacancy filled quickly. So our social media post, website, of course, is where you would tune in to apply. Our tenure evaluations have been completed. We're looking forward to hopefully launching contracts this week or at the beginning of next through Frontline, which will be very soon. And also, that retention bonus hopefully will go out for all returning employees. Okay? Sorry. We'll update about the tennis court project. We did have that RFP go out. It did conclude. So all the proposals have been submitted. We did have 4 companies to submit. Our 5-person panel has evaluated those. We're checking the evaluations right now to see if any negotiations are needed with our top score before we actually issue the award, which we hope to do very soon. This has been a pretty smooth process for the RFP. It's been a quick one, but we're glad to get those 4 submittals. All right, roofing project update at the high school. We did have to take a 2-week break here just to reserve or conserve, rather, the testing environment for SOLs and AP testing, so no disruptions occurred. But the coding to completion has resumed again, starting over across this past weekend. And the Garland employees are working with Warwick, who did our HVAC job for the high school, to ensure all those rooftop units are sealed properly and coded, and there's nothing that's kind of left in limbo there after the job is completed. So I'm glad that Warwick offered their services to come and evaluate it just to make sure we're on board with everything for the warranties. Good news, our Aramark contract was signed and approved by VDOE. Each year, if you're a contracted, if you're provided food service through a contract vendor, you do have to apply to VDOE. They have to look over everything. It's a tedious process, but we got through it again, and they did approve. So another year with Aramark and food services. All right, advancing to the first of, I think, 4 reading files that you'll see in your packet tonight. Our trash and recycling services contract will end or expire on June 30th of this year. So we have already posted an IFB, invitation for bid, to get solicitations for sealed bids for this service. This will conclude on May 26th, so we'll start looking for that winning qualified bid. And of course, the reading packet, or reading file, rather, we're just asking for the superintendent's authorization to sign the contract with the selected vendor. Moving on to the reading file concerning the PHS fire alarm system. This is the last building that we have that we need to upgrade the fire alarm system, which is going to be huge. It provides more digital displays, a little bit better responses on the alarm times, and it's just an upgrade that will allow future advancements if needed if we want to add on to the system. Again, the reading file is just asking for authorization for Mr. Tillett to sign, enter in a contract once that is presented. Moving on to the gym at the middle school, much anticipated space to get some AC in. This item's been on CIP for several cycles. From carryover funding, it's all been approved to go ahead and advance the project so we can get this done a little bit faster. We are working with the vendor. They are able, and within the budget, to fix the ongoing heat issues with that unit. There's actually 2 units that are currently in there, and also add the air conditioned piece in there using the existing ductwork hangers and even exit holes into the side wall for some rooftop mounted units, which has been very convenient how that's kind of all meshed in under budget. So again, reading file, just requesting approval to enter in that contract. All right, the primary school PA system upgrade. This has been on CIP. After audits, we found that could enhance the coverage a little bit better outside, definitely with some speaker volume out there, and then internally, definitely some improvements and upgrades are needed. Again, for future additional add-ons, like not just the audible things, but visuals. We toured a facility this past week and saw all the upgraded things and bells and whistles that you could do with these advanced intercom systems that are very beneficial in times of emergency or just in communication is very important. So looking to do that. This could be applied to this security grant that we've already been awarded to help with reimbursement later. And again, it's just asking for authorization for the superintendent to enter contract. All right, so I did want to spend a little bit of time on the Canvas issue that occurred, just to give an update. May 7th, we were notified that there was an issue with Instructor, which is the company that owns Canvas. They issued a warning saying, hey, there's been a threat actor. No real sensitive information has been exposed. However, we are looking into it. So we issued we're not going to use it to all students and staff. May 11th, we were informed by Canvas that no security threats were, basically active at that point. They had done a formal investigation. Some third-party things are still turned off. Nearpod, Edpuzzle, BrainPop at that time, and those were those vendors' choices. That wasn't something that PCPS was doing, but we did allow students and staff back on it because of the security risks had been neutralized and or found to not be a threat anymore. We continue to monitor this. This is not something we're just going to let go. We are in constant communication and receive any additional updates from the company that owns Canvas to make sure that we're on top of that. All right, so the CIP information, I know Heather, our CFO, is going to really dive deeper than what I have here. But, being operations, I did want to kind of introduce the new projects that we put on for this cycle. The 3 would be the PHS and PMS PA intercom systems. Again, these buildings have aged systems. We're looking to apply some upgrades that will help us secure future purchases and not have to do it then, which would be a much larger cost. So we're trying to phase that in. A big important one, a division-wide playground project, looking at all the remaining playgrounds that we've not, kind of modified in a while, to look at the footing, all the equipment, and just make sure that we're, very inclusive and it provides a space for anyone and everyone to play from our schools. And definitely the grounds is something we're focusing on that to make sure the traction and everything is safe and ADA compliant. Another important thing that we've kind of audited and determined that is something we need is the PES and PHS generators. There's one currently located on PES's campus, but it's not been functional for years. We tried some minor repairs. It was looking to be costly and no return, so we're like, this is something's important. We should do this right. So that's why these have been added. Both of those campuses actually house very important hardware that would be very beneficial to be up and running during power outages for both the city and the division for phones and internet. So those generators would be greatly appreciated in those times. As we know, occasionally we lose our power. Sometimes that's overnight, so we come back to work and maybe there's not been power, and now we're looking at freezers and everything else to make sure everything is safe and where it needs to be. So very important project there. As far as positioning, as you know, if you've been on the board for a little bit, we place things as a school to propose to you to approve based on priority and need, whether that be, the scope or the timing of it. The city, after you approve it, will have their shot at it and ultimately place it where they want it. Things that I kind of wanted to mention based on, our previous approved CIPs that we submitted to the city. There was one project in particular they deferred. This should be happening this coming summer, but they've deferred it, and that's the PES HVAC system replacement. So we've had some pumps and compressors failing, and to the point where it's some of the major ones we're limping along right now. We actually had one last summer school that actually caught a blaze. So definitely an important project, and you'll notice that's our first given opportunity. We reposition that one there in the 2028 cycle. Okay. And then some other notable operations. If you've not been by the elementary school where the trailers had been sitting for a while, all but one that had sold has been removed. We've cleaned that area up considerably. I've been working with certain people. They've been wanting pieces of those deckings that we've cut out, which is great, and some of the blocks. But we're looking to definitely continue. We're about 90% done with clearing that area, and then laying some gravel back down to expand our bus lot to get the few buses that we always have to park on the roadway there at the elementary school to secure them a little better, and to replace the wood planking along the decking where the remaining trailers are going to sit, just to make sure there's no trip hazards. They're starting to warp a little bit, so it's time. The division and city phone system upgrade will start over the weekend. That was intentionally done to get the 3 days to get all the city and all the schools replaced just their hardware component of the phone. They've done the back-end testing. Everything's been successful so far. Training and information to staff will be provided throughout this week to make sure everybody's comfortable with what's going on. The annual gym floor coatings will happen the week of June 22nd, which is our dead period for athletics, so it kind of helped being able to secure that. And then, the continued repairs at the elementary school is something we've been working on as well. Okay, I know that was a lot in a little bit of time, but do you have any questions? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Yep.
Mr. Delegate, for the financial update.
All right. Good evening, Chair Burbidge, school board members, Mr. Tillett, and members of our school community. Tonight, I'll share a brief update on where we stand with the FY27 budget and the capital improvement plan. All right. So this slide provides a brief update on the current status of the FY27 budget. The FY27 budget was built using the governor's proposed budget that was released in December. Our budget was developed using those state revenue numbers. As of today, May 19, the state budget has still not been finalized by the General Assembly, so final state revenue amounts have not yet been confirmed. At the local level, the city's proposed FY27 budget includes $1,017,577 in additional funding for schools. This amount is included in the proposed city budget. However, this budget has not yet been adopted. City Council is scheduled to consider adoption of the FY27 budget tomorrow, May 20th. At this time, final state and local funding remain pending. Once approved, we will update and review our totals. All right, so we're going to CIP. So Mr. Roberts just reviewed in the previous presentation the construction details being addressed from the facilities perspective. My update will focus on the financial side of CIP, including project status, funding timing, and recommended updates. Provided to you is the proposed FY28 through FY32 and beyond capital improvement plan, which includes the main CIP chart and supporting notes for each project. Okay, so what is CIP? CIP is a 5-year long-range planning document that is updated annually in accordance with the school board policy. It is submitted through the city process for funding approval. For planning purposes, CIP projects generally include major facility, infrastructure, and capital asset needs. These are typically projects costing $50,000 or more with an expected useful life of 10 years or longer. The purpose of the CIP is to plan for major capital costs that fall outside of the annual operating budget, replace aging systems before failure, and support safe, reliable instructional facilities for students and staff. All right, so project updates for the current year. Mr. Roberts went over some of these. I'm just going to do a little brief overview. At the elementary school, the exterior painting project is complete. At the middle school, the gym air conditioning project is currently in progress. At the high school, the HVAC project is complete. The tennis court project, roof project, and fire alarm system upgrade are currently in progress. Division-wide, the phone system upgrade is also in progress. Overall, several FY26 projects have been completed while others remain in progress. We will continue to monitor the remaining projects through completion. All right, so this slide identifies the CIP projects previously planned for FY27 now being deferred to FY28. Please disregard the finance update that's in your packet. It was a one-pager. This information we're presenting tonight is the most up-to-date information. As part of the CIP planning process, I met with the city regarding CIP funding availability. Based on that discussion, the division was informed that FY27 CIP funding is not available and that additional funding is not anticipated until after FY29. As a result, the HVAC replacement of the Poquoson Elementary School and the school bus purchase have been moved from FY27 to the FY28 in the planning document. We will continue to monitor funding availability and update the CIP as additional information becomes available. All right. New CIP projects at Poquoson Elementary, the generator has been added to the FY29 list. At the middle school, the PA intercom system has been added to FY29. At the high school, the PA intercom system has been added to FY30 and a generator to FY31. Division-wide, the playground equipment for Poquoson Primary and Poquoson Elementary have also been added. These additions allow the division to begin planning for future facility and infrastructure needs, while recognizing the funding availability will ultimately determine the timing of each project. All right, and you have this in front of you as well. So the final slide provides the proposed the 5-year CIP plan for FY28 through FY32 and beyond. The plan lists each project by school or division-wide category and shows the year in which the project is currently planned for funding consideration. The items highlighted in yellow represent newly added projects. The project totals have been updated to include a 5% contingency and a 3.5% construction inflation factor for planning purposes. These assumptions are intended to provide a more realistic planning estimate for future construction-related costs and will be reviewed annually as updated cost information becomes available. At this time, the CIP includes a total of $9,597,500 in capital projects for FY28 through FY32, with an additional $204,000 identified beyond. This plan will continue to be reviewed and updated annually based on facility needs, project priorities, cost estimates, contingency and inflation assumptions, and funding availability from the city. The proposed CIP provides a planning framework for future capital needs and is not a funding commitment until projects are approved through the city budget process. No action is required this evening. The school board will be asked to approve the CIP plan at our June 23rd meeting. This concludes the finance update. At this time, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
This may be a question for Mr. Roberts.
Okay.
I noticed the PA intercom systems, it seems like for the primary school is listed at $54,000, and then you have the new items listed for the middle school and high school, and it's like close to $200,000. Are they significantly different? Is one an upgrade versus replacement, or what's the difference there?
Yeah, that's based on equipment that we have gotten quoted out for the upgrades. Not all our systems started out the same, so kind of keep that in mind, and also the building coverages and the add-ons for the different size buildings as well. Yep.
I just want to underscore, thank the work that you all do, especially with, pulling together the CIP. But I want to underscore the interplay that ends up happening between the school board and city council from a funding standpoint. And, something, that strikes me, close to home because of my profession is, the purpose of a CIP, and we just said it, is to try to catch things before failure, and a number of things that are on our CIP are in failure or beyond failure and have been for quite some time. I think it's very important for all of us to continue, the relationship that we have with City Council, underscoring the need and safety need for these things, all things that we've talked about before, all things that you all know. The supporting City Council and their decisions through the budgeting process, and this is probably not more for school board office and school employees, even though a lot of you all do live in Poquoson, but for the community, just making sure that we support City Council and everything that they do, because they have a long and treacherous road to go down to turn around and make sure that the city's successful and our school system's successful. So I just feel the need to reinforce that, because we're not dealing with chump change here, especially for a school system of our size, and we're talking about CIP stuff that is truly maintenance stuff, and we have some buildings that are close to over 50 years beyond their useful life, and things start getting scary when you start getting to that age with some stuff. So.
I have a question. The HVAC replacement, is that going to continue on being geothermal, or?
Yeah, that's what we've initially looked at, but when we get down to actually the proposed, because this is going to go out for solicitation, so, we'll consider other things, but the geothermal is so efficient and the equipment's already there. It just makes sense to continue with that. Any HVAC guy I've talked to about the project have seen our system. They've been impressed that we actually have that there. So, yeah.
I had another question. I mean, it's often hard to quantitate the value that these CIP projects give to our school systems, but one that I look at is the concessions building. Do we have any data that can show what value that adds to our programs in terms of fundraising dollars year to year?
Specifically for that, I would have to get back with you on that one. I don't have anything tonight for that, but yeah, it's something we can definitely look at.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I mean, it looks like a big price tag, $500,000, but if that's contributing tens of thousands of dollars in terms of fundraising for our organization.
Yeah, and I can speak to that anecdotally, of course. We don't have numbers, we haven't calculated that, but those will be easy to find just with our current revenue generated by concessions. But one thing that happens when you upgrade a facility like that, you've all seen our concession stand. We have to bring stuff in. We don't have the luxury of being able to store refrigerated items, frozen items and things. Just having gone through this in a previous life, when you upgrade a facility like that, you increase the capacity to serve really nice concessions, and the public appreciates it on one level, but the other thing, it generates significant income for the programming. So great point tonight about that, and we'll get you some rough numbers, but I would anticipate we could triple, maybe quadruple those numbers with being able to provide really high quality concessions, and we have lots of events there, not just our own events, but it would open that facility up, I'm sure, for the other programs that use that complex. But good point.
I mean, the additional comment I would make is, you have a state-recognized wrestling program. You wouldn't know it if you walked into that facility. And if we're also addition to having the women's wrestling team, if you go in that wrestling room now, it can only accommodate one gender. So.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Graham, do we have any folks here for public comment?
No public comment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, moving along to the consent agenda. So we did have an addendum to the approval of the personnel action. I want to make sure everyone's aware of that. But items in the consent agenda tonight are approval of financial reports, authorization to change appropriation and to accept and expend funds in accordance with attached request, approval of the amended personnel action, approval of minutes for the April school board meeting, and that's it. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about the consent agenda tonight? Okay. Ms. Gray. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's been a day, best of all.
No,
It's
go
not here
ahead.
yet. So with our we're approving this also, the addendum?
Yes,
And
this
we're going
would,
to talk about the recommendations for non-renewal. Are we approving that now, too?
Yes. Non-renewal is not a board action.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
all I needed.
just part of the personnel package.
Perfect, that's what I needed. Thank you, appreciate it.
okay. Ms. Graham?
Mr. Dowd?
Aye.
Mr. DeBose?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Maxwell?
Aye.
Ms. Orrs?
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0. Oh, I'm sorry. Chair Burbidge.
Aye.
Forget you. Now vote passed 6-0.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. You're fine, Ms. Graham. Okay, moving along to item 8, other matters for consideration. The first item for consideration is item A, consideration of approval of authorizing the superintendent to enter into a contract with the selected vendor for the Poquoson High School fire alarm system project. Can I have a motion to approve item A?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about item A?
Yeah, I just want to clarify, it reads as with the selected vendor, but to be clear, these vendors have not been selected.
Correct. Any other questions? Okay, Ms. Graham, the vote, please.
Mr. Dowd?
Aye.
Mr. DeBose?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Maxwell?
Aye.
Ms. Orrsborn?
Aye.
Chair Burbidge?
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0.
Okay. Item B is consideration of approval of authorizing the superintendent to enter into a contract with the selected vendor for trash and recycling waste removal. I have a motion to approve item B.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Okay. Ms. Graham, the vote?
Mr. Dowd?
Aye.
Mr. DeBose?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Maxwell?
Aye.
Ms. Orrsborn?
Aye.
Chair Burbidge?
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0.
Okay, thank you. Item C, consideration of approval of authorizing the superintendent to enter into a contract with the selected vendor to complete the PA intercom system project at the Poquoson Primary School. Can I have a motion to approve item C? I have a second.
Second.
Any questions or comments about item C? Okay. Ms. Graham, the vote, please.
Mr. Dowd?
Aye.
Mr. DeBose?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Maxwell?
Aye.
Ms. Orrsborn?
Aye.
And Chair Burbidge?
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0.
Okay. Moving along, item D is consideration of approval of authorizing the superintendent to enter into a contract with the selected vendor for completion of the middle school gym AC HVAC project. I have a motion to approve item D.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about item D? Ms. Graham, the vote, please.
Mr. Dowd?
Aye.
Mr. DeBose?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Maxwell?
Aye.
Ms. Orrsborn? Aye. And Chair Burbidge?
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0.
Thank you. Okay, moving along. Item 9, communications and/or other matters by the school board and/or superintendent. We'll start with Stud.
Our Poquoson Our Poquoson Primary School community has enjoyed several wonderful events this spring that highlighted student learning, creativity, and staff appreciation. Last month, we hosted our book fair and art show, giving families the opportunity to join us in celebrating a love of learning and the arts. It was a wonderful evening filled with creativity, excitement, and tremendous student pride. Our second grade students participated in an engaging sea turtle presentation in partnership with the Living Museum, where they shared research and facts about sea turtles, their habitats, and conservation efforts. Students were able to save baby turtles from predators and learn about how to keep the oceans clean. Our second graders also had the opportunity to visit Jamestown, where they connected their classroom learning to Virginia's rich history. These experiences continue to help our students appreciate the unique history and opportunities of the region in which we live. Kindergarten students delighted families and staff during the spring concert, featuring a fun collection of songs centered around popcorn, guacamole, and even tacos. The energy, singing, and performances brought smiles and laughs to everyone in attendance. Our amazing PTO hosted a thoughtful staff appreciation week to recognize and celebrate our outstanding faculty and staff. Throughout the week, staff members were treated to special food and treats to include a coffee truck. Staff absolutely felt appreciated and recognition of their continued dedication and hard work supporting our students and families. We are thankful for our strong PPS community and look forward to finishing the year with a strong student learning and engagement. Poquoson Elementary School is in the end-of-year testing season, with our students showing what they've learned in their SOL tests. The SOL testing season for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders requires a lot of time and effort by our students and staff. We are proud of how hard everyone is working. All of our students finished up literary novel studies with books funded by PEF grants as a way to build reading stamina and practice finding text evidence to support answers just before taking SOLs. Our students loved this opportunity, and we are grateful for the PEF supplying novels to our students. As we are winding down the days in the 25-26 school year, our focus is also on celebrating our 5th graders as they transition to Poquoson Middle School. Our 5th graders performed their spring music program with a combination of singing, instruments, and dance to showcase their musical talents. Our 5th graders also enjoyed their 5th grade fun night coordinated by our PES PTO. Students and their parents had a night of activities themed to travel around the world. Our 5th graders will close out their elementary school experience with their promotion ceremony the evening of Thursday, June 4th. All of our students will celebrate the closing of the year with our field day event Friday, May 29th. Students will participate in games, dancing, and ices from Kona Ice for all of their hard work this year. We would also like to thank our PTO and parent volunteers for the appreciation shown during Staff Appreciation Week. Our staff was treated the whole week, and we are so grateful. Thank you for your support of the Poquoson Elementary School. May is a busy and exciting time at Poquoson Middle School. We have concluded our first round of SOL testing. Makeups, remediation, and expedited retakes will occur from now through Friday, May 29th. We wish our Odyssey of the Mind team the absolute best of luck as they compete in the upcoming World Finals tournament. We are so proud of you. Our 7th grade students are excited to go on a field trip to the Science Museum of Virginia in Richmond on Thursday. Poquoson Middle School will host our spring chorus concert tomorrow and our spring band concert on May 28th. Both outstanding performances will take place in the Poquoson Middle School auditorium. Our band and chorus, along with directors Mr. Lawson and Miss Wade, are wished the best of luck at their Music in the Parks performance on May 29th at Berkeley Middle School. Poquoson Middle School is looking forward to hosting our 8th grade send-off parade on June 2nd from 5 to 6 p.m. at Poquoson High School drop-off loop. This is an exciting event for our 8th graders and their families. We look forward to recognizing each student as they prepare to transition to high school. We would like to thank the Poquoson Middle School PTO, our parents, and the division for all of the support that was expressed to our faculty and staff in honor of Teacher Appreciation. Your notes, gifts, and treats are greatly appreciated. Moving on, students enjoyed a night under the stars at the Virginia Air and Space Museum, followed by an exciting night in Rio for after prom. Our parents and community made this a night to remember, and we appreciate all of their hard work. Congratulations to our high school jazz band on earning superiors at the Regional Jazz Assessment, and congratulations to Brooke Grisco for earning recognition to the District 8 All-Star Jazz Band. After earning this rating, the Poquoson High School Islander bands have received superior ratings in marching band, concert band, and jazz band for the second year in a row. Join us for the Spring Chorus Concert on May 21st at the Poquoson Middle School Auditoria at 6 p.m. and be on the lookout for tickets for our Senior Solo Night on June 1st at 6 o'clock in the Poquoson High School Forum. Congratulations to all of our performers of the recent musical Alice by Heart. It was a wonderful highlight of our students' amazing talents. Testing season is in full swing. AP testing is in its last week. SOL testing began today, and CTE testing has been well. Thank you to all of our students and teachers who have put in a lot of work to make this happen. Best of luck to our Scholastic Bowl team as they travel to Atlanta this month to participate in the National Quiz Bowl Championship. Also, best of luck to our Odyssey of the Mind team this month as they travel to Iowa to defend their World Championship title. As we wrap up the end of the year, there are several important and exciting events ahead. The Senior Carnival on June 2nd at the Poquoson Municipal Pool, the Senior Walk at Poquoson Primary on June 4th, and of course, graduation on June. I'm not sure the exact date, it's not in here, June 5th. As always, check the Island Times on Parent Square for important updates from the Poquoson. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Studd. Mr. Maxwell?
All right, as always, I'll begin with a preemptive echoing of what my colleagues to my left say that I will inevitably have forgotten. Start again. I said this last meeting, but I'll say it again. Thank you to Dr. Bartlett for her time serving. Pleasure working with her. Congratulations to our Senior of the Month, AJ. Wish him luck. It was good to see him and hear the great plans he's got, and wish him the best at William & Mary next year. Continuing with the trend of honoring people to my right. Thank you, Sophia, for your time here. It was a pleasure working with you. In light of the news yesterday in San Diego, I do want to give a special thank you to our SROs and SSOs. It gives me great comfort seeing Officer Pete and our SSOs there in school every morning when I put my kids on the bus. Thank you to everyone who was involved with the Learning Under the Lights, or my family has called Learning Under the Gnats. No complaints from the Maxwell household. We loved every minute of it. You know, it was so much to do. Couldn't even get to it all. But I know that was a major lift, and it was awesome to see all the community involvement that you highlighted. So thank you for everyone involved with that. Thank you to the STEAM team, the teachers. Specifically, you know, my family, we love Miss Barton and everything she does at the primary school. Thank you to kids for coming out and doing that awesome presentation. You know, love to see kids playing with Legos and using their minds. And I know who to call if I need to get a rhino out of the mud now. So. It was mentioned several times in the presentations today, but you keep hearing the Poquoson Education Foundation and what they do for the school. So thank you to them and everything they provide for us. Also got on here, thank you to everybody who was involved with the prom and the after prom. It's always great to have a safe, fun environment for our prom kids to celebrate after the event itself. Good luck to the Scholastic Bowl and the Odyssey of the Mind. Let's take home another win for Poquoson. And I will end by hoping everyone gets a chance to enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. And put a shameless plug out for the ceremony we do out here in front of City Hall every Monday morning. It's a great way to honor those who served and paid the ultimate price.
Thank you. Mr. Dowd?
Well, Mr. Maxwell, thank you for covering everything. Ms. Studd, thank you for being with us. You have done an amazing job. I don't know how at your age you can sit there and read all that stuff out in front of all these people and not have a problem, but you do a great job, and I thank you for it. And I just want to thank all the teachers, the principals, and all the faculty that goes to putting all these reports together, and then knowing when we ask you guys a question, the answers immediately. I really, if you guys are looking for a job, I got a couple at the shipyard because I can sometimes not get that, but I do appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Ms. Orsborn?
Laughing about the job. Sophia, thank you so much for all your congratulations on National Honor Society Day of the Maid. Thank you. Got to see you go up there and sign. A big thank you to Dr. Bartlett also for her time. And congratulations to AJ. I got to see him at the same ceremony, passing the candle over. Huge thank you to Jen Capper and her crew for Learning Under the Lights, all the community members, students who helped out. I was out there also just checking everything out. I spent a lot of time in the iPod corner. That's where you'll find me. Love seeing Miss Volman tonight and her STEM kids. And the kiddos did a great job just explaining what they were doing and everything going into that. I love the concept. I feel like from 15 years ago, we're coming back around. I don't know there's many people left who remember that program we did a very long time ago, but it feels like it's coming back, and it's so exciting to see. I did want to say a big thank you to City Council. Right now, they're really working through this budget, and they still made sure that there was money for us to be able to fill our budget. So they're working so hard. I just wanted to say thank you for all of their time and energy they're putting into this right now. These are bad. Huge thank you to everyone who helped with After Prom. I know it was a hit in my house. And then the last thing, I always shout out all our band programs. So PHS band was this past weekend. Fantastic. I get to go to middle school chorus tomorrow night, high school chorus Thursday night. If you haven't been to see, I know I keep saying it, but if you have not seen Camp Evo yet, Thursday is your last chance. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And our middle school band will be next week. So that's it.
Thank you. Ms. Jones?
I tried to take notes, and I think everything has been covered, but I will just highlight a few quickly without going into all the details that I would have. AJ, a huge congratulations. It's always especially exciting to see someone we've gotten to know a little bit better be recognized. So was really, really proud and excited for all of AJ's accomplishments to be highlighted. Sophia, exact same thing. I have the pleasure of running into you around the community, and you are as well-spoken and confident a leader in every setting I have ever seen you. So I know your senior year will be filled with much more success. And while I may not see you here, I continue to just run into you here, there, and everywhere. So we'll look forward to seeing you, and thank you for your service and your leadership on the diocese here. Learning Under the Lights was awesome. Just the work and the effort that went to that. The hands-on learning, I love STEM, I love science personally, and it's just really neat to see that in action. And also, I wrote their names down, Charlotte, Ophelia, and Emmett. I love Legos too, and I just think there is so much learning that can come from that, and was just so impressed with their explanations and their problem solving, most especially the side weight for the turn. It's just amazing what kids will think of and come up with when given the opportunity to learn with their hands, and it's clearly been made fun. So love that program, and thank you for highlighting that this evening. And finally, PHS After Prom. I do not have a high schooler, but did have the pleasure of volunteering at that event, and am always equally impressed with all of the effort and organization and talent that we have in our community that go into the decorating and entertainment and organization. The donors that come out to contribute to that event, thank you to all who made that such a success.
Thank you. Mr. DeBose?
So I'm going to ask that we reverse the order next time.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, everybody said everything. You know, it's wonderful to be up here and see the things that our school system does and everything that everybody participates in. You know, a big shout out to the teachers and the staff and administration and the school board office. Y'all are almost there. I know we still have summer school, but I know the last few weeks have been tough with SOLs and all the other testing, but I see it, not only with my kids, but talking with other people. Everybody does appreciate it immensely, what everybody does, especially during testing season. So thank you for that. And I guess the last thing is I'm going to request that any shirts from here on out don't show the graduation year. I was at the 5th grade fun night and saw my son's shirt said 2033. And I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. So we may have to change our school board policy. But that's all I got.
Thank you.
I just want to, so I think we had a motion on the floor to reverse the order. I just want to second that.
I'll see what I can come up with next time, okay?
I'd like to start off with, I really enjoyed visiting the Poquoson Primary School to teach first graders about photosynthesis and phytoplankton. Ms. Good, I don't know if you knew that I was lurking through your hallways.
I did. Unfortunately, I was in a meeting.
So, in a previous life, I was an oceanographer who studied open ocean phytoplankton, and I have a friend that wrote a really cool book. And so I got to go into one of Ms. Good's classrooms and talk to kids about photosynthesis and primary production and phytoplankton and all these things I used to do in a previous life. They really enjoyed it. I got a bucket filler award. I was very impressed. It's hanging on my wall in my office. Special thanks to the PTO for the 5th grade fun night. The volunteers that put that program together did an awesome job, and the kids had a really good time. And I really want to congratulate the PTO as a whole in our community because they really do a great job, and you're greatly appreciated. So, Sophia, I want to congratulate you on finishing out your term here as the student representative. You did a great job. I've really enjoyed all your presentations that you've done to inform us about what things I'm missing in the school district. I know that you've got a lot, National Honor Society, I believe. Did you also get elected to a position for next year?
No, but I did get elected for a position for SCA and for Rho Kappa. So.
Yes. Okay. That's what it's you're continuing on, and you're going to do great things. I've really enjoyed watching you grow this year, and all the things that you're doing, and I'll continue in awe of all the great things you do next year. So, thank you. AJ, it was good to see him come back. He continues to just amaze me and all the great things that he's doing, and I look forward to seeing how he does as he moves on to William & Mary. Lastly, Learning Under the Lights, Jen Capper. That program was awesome. So I was working there through my real job with HRSD, teaching kids about what not to flush down the toilets. So parents who, I'm working on it, But more importantly, it took a lot of volunteers, a lot of the student volunteers. I had one that helped me out a lot because I had a lot going on with kids. And so I really want to thank all the volunteers, the athletes, just all the kids who helped, the high school kids who helped, make this work. Also, thanks to the PEF and the Kiwanis for all of their financial support and volunteer work that they did. And I hope, it sounds like we're going to try and make this happen again next year. I think that the community really enjoyed it. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Go in last. I just want to always echo everything that's been said. I agree wholeheartedly, but I do want to give a final shout out to Sophia for job well done. You're a rock star, and we're just thankful for your service here this year, and we're looking forward to watching all the amazing things you do your senior year and beyond. So congratulations. Continue to be awesome.
All right. Ms. Graham, do we have any additional material for board review?
No, sir, no additional material.
Okay. With that, we are going to I'm going to make a motion to call for a closed session. So pursuant to Section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia, I move that this board go into closed meeting to consider the assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of the school board, or for discussion, consideration, or interview of prospective candidates for employment. That being said, can I have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Okay, Ms. Graham, the vote?
Sorry. Mr. Dowd.
Aye.
Mr. DeVos. Mrs. Jones.
Aye.
Mr. Maxwell.
Aye.
Ms. Orsborn.
Aye.
And Chair Burbridge.
Aye.
Vote passed 6-0.
Thank you.